So you're probably wondering what I'm doing sitting on the floor. This is a perspective I don't think you've seen. I've got here a bullet puller, the impact style, and I've got a whole bunch of loaded rounds. And I say that loaded rounds with an asterisk. The other day I was reloading and I was in a hurry. And so I was just cranking out rounds like an idiot. Well, maybe not completely like an idiot, but I wasn't paying attention to what was going on with the press. Got about 230 rounds into the game. And at some point I realized that the powder thrower was not dispensing powder. That the little return rod had come unscrewed. And so it wasn't resetting, it wasn't pulling more powder out of the hopper and then putting it into the dispenser. And I have no idea how far down into those 230 rounds I got. So I pulled out the inertial puller and I'm about to demonstrate for you pulling one round and one round only. I'm using the corner of my pull-up bar as the thing to strike this against. I was hitting the carpet for a while. That was screwing up the carpet. I started hitting the flooring in my office / reloading room, and it was starting to dent the floor. It's vinyl planking. So now I'm using the corner of my pull-up bar setup, my pull-up and dip bar setup. I pulled a few already, but just I want you to kind of gather how long it takes to pull one round. I'm getting ready to do that right now. Let's see how long it takes, shall we? Here we go. I don't even know how many whacks, but we'll start the clock. Here we go. All right, 6 whacks. What was that, like 6, 8 seconds? I don't even know. So then I get from this pull a primed shell casing, reusable, not a problem. Inside the puller itself, the bullet, also reusable. Now, there is powder there, and if I were getting super miserly, I could probably save this powder, but I'm probably not gonna. I'm not that cheap, and I'm more on that in a second. So I just dumped that in a little box right there. Now, at this point, guys, I have pulled, I don't even know how many rounds, but I'm starting to get tired of pulling rounds. I'll just pull another one while we're talking. And the thought of doing this, you know, reloading is supposed to be a cost savings. And I've often said if you ignore time, you know, if you have unlimited time, then reloading might really be your jam. But at some point, the time factor is real, right? Like you can't discount time. One more round. All right, about 6 or 7 whacks per. So, you know, the question is, am I willing to do this for 170 some more rounds? And to quote the movie, the line from the movie, boss, I'm tired. I am tired. And, you know, I'm kind of weighing out, do I sit here and continue to pull 100 plus more rounds? Or do I maybe just discard the ones I haven't pulled? Because here's the thing, a lot of them have powder in them. It wouldn't surprise me if 98, 99% of them have powder in them, but it really only takes one squib to give you kind of a crummy day. And I don't really feel like pounding a round out of a barrel, especially since a lot of the time I'm using this for my own personal practice. And if I'm trying to get a practice session in and then I've got a squib, my practice kind of goes away and now I have to go to gun repair. Some people enjoy gun repair. One more. See, that one was a little stickier. 10 whacks. Some people really love gun repair, man. They really enjoy wrenching on guns more than they enjoy shooting. I do not disparage those people. Like that's, you know, good to go. I appreciate those folks. One of my good friends back at the agency before he retired, Steve, he liked shooting, but he really liked working on guns, and he was brilliant at working on guns. He was super meticulous, very like he would go through a gun and make sure everything was just so. Whenever I had a problem with my gun, and look, I'm a factory armor certified on the platforms that we ran in that agency, I would hand it to Steve, because Steve would clean that gun up. It would be so amazing. Such a good dude, and not just that, he was a great dude all around. I should freaking call him or text him sometime today and tell him what's up, see how he's doing. But I digress. So Steve, man, he was really good about that. I'm okay at that. I'm okay at that. It's not my forte. It's not my thing as much as shooting. I'm more of a shooter and a little bit of a gun plumber, not the opposite. Same thing with reloading. Like, all the stuff that I do is kind of in furtherance of me wanting to just shoot more. One more. By the way, it's interesting. My pull-up bar is tubular steel. I am literally denting the steel by doing this. So if I were smart, I'd come up with something to be whacking these things on. But what I'm probably going to do, what I'm probably going to do is kind of pause here, curtail here, and I'm probably going to go to plan C. Plan C. You're probably wondering what plan C is. I'll take you along so you can see, you can view plan C. Sorry, I apologize, because look, since I've been sitting here, guys, I've literally just pulled like 3 or 4 shell casings. You know, if I shut up and worked faster, I'd be going faster, but we're talking, you know, at my current rate of pulling, I bet you it would probably take me over an hour to pull the remainder of this 170 rounds, 170-ish rounds, somewhere in there. Hour plus. Not to mention the wear and tear on me, whatever I'm whacking to use the inertial puller to get the bullets out. I think this is a Cabela's one, by the way. It works pretty good. Is it Cabela's? Caldwell? Man, you'd think there'd be a brand on it somewhere. I don't even remember. I've had that thing a minute. I actually broke one puller doing the exact same thing. As you can imagine, like inertial pulling, it takes a little bit of effort, and that effort gets translated into a lot of things, including the tool that you're whacking. So, you know, I'm thinking I might resort to plan C. So stand by. We'll get to plan C together, and we'll see what that looks like. All right, so plan C. Plan C involves this. This is a trash can. And here's the rounds that I decided I was too lazy or tired to pull. This is probably about $40 worth of ammunition. But if I weigh out the cost of 2 hours of whacking away to try and pull these, or I could sit down and with the press properly set up, just load another several hundred rounds, I've decided to do the following. Plan C. Now, I have been reloading for over 20 years, and this is the first time that I have done such dumb assery. I'm gonna try really, really hard to go at least another 20 years before I do the same dumb shit. But I'm not dumb enough to try and shoot any of that in my gun to see what happens, because I've seen that movie and I know how it ends. So I'm not doing this to do anything except for give you a cautionary tale. If you reload, guys, please take the proper precautions and pay attention to everything that's going on in the press so that you don't end up in the same spot that I am in. I hope that's helpful to you, and even if it hasn't been helpful, maybe you're engaging in some Schadenfreude and enjoying my misery, but I hope it's been entertaining to you. Back to our regularly scheduled programming in the future. Guys, if you like gear, guns, occasional fitness, and the other things that I do videos on, if you would subscribe, you'll get more of the same. Notification bell gets you instantaneous notifications when I upload anything. Guys, take care, stay safe. I'll talk to you soon.
Get 'em, Jay.